My God. Thank you, TVPG, and thank you everyone for the and well, cannot say the word anniversary for the anniversary, which is yeah, TVPG really just loves giving me money. Okay, welcome, Udiri. Thank you, and hello everyone. My God, well, TPG, Nev, Neat, Chris, Udiri, Tommy, God, God, TPG really loves gifting subs. 16 total, jeez. But yeah, hopefully this stream is not a weird thing going on here because I have to stream in like a weird resolution because for some reason I can't have the warships not show my taskbar and it's very weird. Otherwise, can't stick around for long. No, thank you, thank you for stopping by. Yeah, TVPG is VIP for sure. So I don't know how many people actually do play in World of Warships. So I don't really expect too many people to be joining me, but people are definitely free to if they want to. I also probably am not going to be very good. Despite being a ship myself, doesn't mean I'm good at a ship game, you know. So let's just... What? What? Angled armor? Oh yes, that's a thing. So, wait, what is the what? Do you do? So hopefully the chat's not like covering overmatch. I'm What? Okay, so, um, yeah, as I was talking about earlier in the Discord, is, this ship here, the Ramat, I don't know, pronunciation is not going to be my strong suit for some of these things. The Ramat is, not a real ship. Where to put this chat? This chat's kind of in the way. Where to put you? Where to put you? What about over here? I don't know if anything's going to be there later, but for now that can be there. This isn't a real ship. It says it's a Dido class light cruiser built in Great Britain. I mean, it is technically a Dido class, but it wasn't built. This isn't real. England never gave Malaysia a Dido class. The whole Pan-Asia tree is very silly in the same way. Yeah, my name up at the top, just Leviathan _ VTuber. So if anybody wants to add me, they can. I don't know if anyone has already. No. But yeah, this, I don't know, this Chungfang Atlanta class, like Atlanta class was never given to, I think Thailand is what they have this, but the United States never gave an Atlanta class to Thailand. That never happened. British ship named it. Wow, amazing. But yeah, like so many of these are like paper ships, like yeah, and then like this one, well, no, that's real. Oh, so this one, yeah, this one wasn't real, but it was like a paper ship. This one was, yeah, that was actually Japanese. This was like not actually made, but it still was like a design that was worked on. But these are just, they're not anything. Also, this, I don't know how to pronounce this actually. Like there's Chinese has so many different romanizations, and none of them actually really make any sense because one of them doesn't have the pronunciations correct, and the other one is hard to read. So this one, they have these two ones that say the class of the ship. This one, this ship, Chung King, or however you actually say it, because that's not correct. It just says a light cruiser built in Britain. Just, you know, a light cruiser. That's just, it doesn't say anything. It's the freaking Aurora. This is HMS Aurora. They just casually put it in and just like, no, you don't need to specify what ship that was. Like, what the you know, just an actual ship that they just, well, okay. Didn't know you could invite people to a division without even being friends with them. Well, okay. Alright. You don't hit wrong button. Welcome, Marky, by the way. Oh, I'm the division leader now. So yeah, right. Oh, hello. Gonna have to, what if favorites? Contacts. There we go. Welcome. Yeah, there's only 3 that can play the division, but I'm pretty sure, like, if there were more, we could do a training thing, right? No, you can't. That's rude. You'd have to, like, wait, so you could, but you'd have to, like, go out of a division and, like, set up a training match that's private, and that's weird. Yeah. But it is possible, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, I don't know what tiers people do. I don't have anything incredibly high, but like they're all kind of around 5. That's mostly what I have. Yeah, co-op, well, it is, yeah. I don't know what people are comfortable with. I know I get my ass handed to me by other people. Do great against the bots, but what server I am on the North America one. I don't know if there's how many other servers there are, but yeah, it is weird that they need to have it tied off like that. It like my Korea Online lets you. Sorry, single tier 9, but it's fine. Yeah, I have something like. Well, I don't have a tier 9. I have tier 8s, and even that's a little crazy. But yeah, like Micro Online, like the servers that you can turn on and off, and you can just match it with people that are wherever. It doesn't make any sense that they have it separate. It's very strange. But yeah, like Cleveland is one of the ones that I have higher up, which I I got Cleveland when Cleveland was a tier 6, and now she's a tier 8. So I don't have the ship in the middle. Oh yeah, I mean, it was when they did the Azure Lane event, I got Cleveland because I owned Cleveland. I didn't really have a special attachment to Cleveland at the time. And I also have Aurora. And very not happy with how the lowest tier went. But the thing with the Azure Lane event is that I forget which one was it already doing that with like the second wave, but they made it so you had to buy like a giant bundle that's like $100 or whatever to buy like multiple things at a time. I'm like, I don't want all of them, and I can't spend hundreds of dollars buying a pack. It's very rude. Um, yeah, I don't remember which ships were there, but I remember being very annoyed at that. But I do have at least all the arpeggio ships, so I have all these clan battles. Yeah, I had not been playing this for a very long time until just kind of recently when I was like, maybe I should stream that. And then I just was playing it for other purposes beforehand. Um, I'm really so many people. Yeah. So like the arpeggio events, all of these you're able to get through just doing stuff, which, oh my god, there was so much grinding to get all of these. So much grinding just to get what's effectively 2 ships. Well, 3. There's Takao, but yeah, the oh, thank you. I have Texas the Legend. Yeah, they just kind of handed me Texas. I logged in one day and Texas was here. That was neat. Um, but being a Takao, I have definitely used a lot. Yeah, it's like there's also like I definitely took off experience. Like I definitely converted something at some point. I don't remember this because like I know I played Arena like on long range. What? I have not played her in forever, so I don't remember. The 15.8. It's decent. The torpedoes are, I'm pretty sure, incredible. Yeah, torpedo range is 10 kilometers. But yeah, like Takao just has a lot of torpedoes, so that's where most of that happened. Cross over that. That was the arpeggio of blue steel for those that don't know, which is honestly more what I am influenced by than say Azure Lane actually. One day rewatch and finish that show. It is very good. Because like the event was going to happen in Warships, and I didn't actually know what it was beforehand. So I watched it because of all the Warships. So I guess that's a good thing they had going because I watched it and then I was like, I need to have all of the things. So there's um, four Congo classes that are all different ship girls. Um, and then there's also four Ashigara classes. Or was it Ashigara? Or was it Myoko? I forget. No. Yes, Myoko. It was Myoko. That was Myoko class. Um, they're all the same, but I. Oh my god, I definitely played a lot. Holy crap! No wonder I thought she was the class 108. That wasn't ship XP on this thing. Um, but yeah, tier 5 is definitely fine. Like, I have things around tier 5. Um, I do not mind at all playing Aurora. I find it hard to call it Dream King because that's not what I'm used to. It's weird that I have. Yeah, yeah, I got a lot on that one, and I still have 70,000 on Aguro because I would basically I would play Ashiara, and then if I lost, I would leave the match and go into the next one in the line, which means Myoko and Nachi have much less than the other ones. No, ships are horrible to fight. Oh god. But another thing I do want to try, the carrier because I literally just unlocked this, and carriers have been fucked. So back a long time ago, it used to be a tactical map. Um, so you could it was basically like a strategy game. You could just move all your planes around on a map, and it was neat. Now that you have to like control the planes, I tried it in training. I didn't do an actual match with it. It's very weird. I don't care for it much, but I'm going to try it. Um, that's just gonna be what like I do first. Actually, I'm just gonna try this and see what happens. Um, I'm going to do in a co-op battle first because I'm not going to go up against real people when I have no idea what I'm doing. So just, um, so yeah, if you two want me to do random battles, I can do that, but just give me this one. Yes. Oh, the green and purple pink ones. So you're talking about these Myoko and Natsu? Probably as long as you're going. Yeah, because like I definitely can do against real people for other things, but I don't know about carrier because carrier, old carrier players were insane. I mean, yeah, because I guess just based on the fact that you could control multiple ones at the time, I guess that's kind of more the thing that it's about. It's less about the whatever skill or whatever. It's what's wait, was that Zen? Welcome, Zen. They're in Raiders. Wait, Zen. Where you? So were you in Tommy's chat when you were streaming? Wait, I kind of thought you were done streaming at that point, but I guess not. Okay, but welcome. Just, oh my god, I don't know. Holy, oh my god. Oh, big chat. Goddamn. Um, freaking people in your big chat. All right, so there you go. I didn't know. It just got deleted. Yeah. No, the true the fighters. I did really like just destroying the other characters' um planes with my own. I did that a lot. Uh, Yeah, like the new carriers, they definitely are weird. I like the old one better, but yeah, you did it could lead to things getting a little dicey when there was multiple squadrons coming at you. Okay, so well, Big Chat's gonna be here, so that's neat. No bullshit. So yeah, have fun seeing. You won't. Oh, God, just it's so weird because like you can't control what you're doing when you're flying the plane either. Like so your carrier can just be going off into where, and it's very strange. Nowadays, carriers are fairly balanced against each other. In the old days, if you had a worse player, you'd lost. Oh, true. That's probably why they removed the in between tiers. That makes sense now. Because now you don't have. There's no real situation where you would end up fighting a carrier that's a different tier. That makes sense now. Actually, no, that could still happen, can it? Well, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea. I would turn chat on in the game, but I don't know if that's a good play. Because chat in online games can get a little. I could always cover it up. But yeah, oh god, this is gonna be weird. Also, I'm this big chat. This big chat you can't see. When did big chat get redeemed? When did big chat happen? Okay. Yeah, yeah, like that. Yeah, basically. Oh, well, I, he's just on Chinese. Yeah, it and North America chat can be either normal or you can have somebody being very inappropriate, and that's not what I want to have happen on the stream. But, excuse me, there's something over here. And I have to figure out how the frick this even works. That you can't even see. You know, I'm gonna remove Big Chat here. I'm sorry. Just so you can see. I'll redeem it so you get your points. The early end of that. We'll see if I can actually. That's not gonna hit. I don't think. Maybe. No, definitely not. It's a stop. Oh, those skip bombers might be a little better with a destroyer. Oh, it's almost dead, so I'll try to get other. Carriers are bottom gun. Yeah, these are very weird to get used to. Let's see how this works. Oh, well, I hit it. I don't know how good that actually was, but I did hit it. So there's that. Yeah, that is why I went for the Russian carrier, because I wanted the skip bombers. Because the only countries that get it is that and France only has like a premium carrier or something. Yeah, because they're basically just an HE torpedo almost, in a sense. Oh, okay, that's bad. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see. There you go. Go reduce that house. Oh god, this is I don't know if that's gonna get it. What? It one of the ones phased through it. The, but it phased. I don't understand. Okay, where's the other goddamn carrier? Let me use these. Oh, well, you're probably over there. Why is the camera weird right now? What's happening? Okay. So it's probably off in this direction based on where those torpedo planes just kind of appeared from. The way the skip bombers work is that the bombs despawn after the last bounce, so it's the largest line. Okay, so like, even if it would technically hit something, it still just poofs. I want to slightly overshoot. Okay. Thank you. I don't know if I will execute that properly, but I will try. Okay, where the heck are you? You're around here somewhere. Aha, there you are. The torpedo bombers are the weirdest that I was trying to get to work. So, I think this is way too... Yeah, that's not gonna work. Yep. Okay, I'm dead. They're gone. Alright. Let's, try again. Yeah, they were evaporated. God, the carriers are weird now. I like just being able to tell them what to do instead of having to actually do it myself. Oh, it's gone already. It's already gone. Okay. I did one singular thing. I hit one bomb. Look at how good I did. So amazing. It's like golf, right? The lower the score, the better, right? Yeah, it's probably how it is. Probably how that works. Oh, I almost forgot these weird Halloween ones that are I hate them all. So they have Halloween event where they give you these ships that all look, well, that one's not too bad actually, but they all look like this one's a little more in the Halloween aspect as it, but like the other one's like there's like this, which is clearly just a Russian cruiser but with things attached to it. Ship is a rare collector ship because it's OP. Yeah, there's a few collector ships things that I am very upset that I did not get at the time. Yeah, this one they just kind of gave to me. So that was neat. They also gave me another one, but I didn't care for it, so I got rid of it. But it wasn't Italian, it was French. I'd never used it, so I was like, oh, just... Halloween missions, maybe make be good, but the ships are a little to be desired because they're like the thing you can like unlock the ship like as a camo, and it's like it's clearly a World War II ship, but with like things attached to it, unless it's the other things like this thing, which is definitely rusty and has a giant octopus, and it's called the octopus because there's an octopus. But tier 7 guns on a tier 4 hull. Oh, okay. Yeah. So like a lot of the ships I have were just things that were kind of given to me. Some of them were not. This was a gift when I was playing very early on. Like someone gave this to me. And then what about this? This I think Aurora was the first premium one I bought. The yeah, the Russian Omaha. That's just better in all categories because it's Russian. Good old Russian bias, but I don't think they're gonna have that so much anymore because Wargaming doesn't like Russia anymore, which is really funny given their Belarusian. Which is why, which is why the only reason I play this because they're just like, oh, Russia's doing weird stuff. I'm gonna, yeah. The company Wargaming was founded in Belarus, and then they eventually moved their headquarters to Cyprus for some reason. But after the whole Ukraine thing, they immediately pulled out of Belarus and Russia. So Wargaming is cool in my book because taxes. Oh, is Cyprus like the tax haven of Europe or something? Yeah, this Dunkirk was also a one that I bought. Um, because I bought it specifically just because it was just I liked just the forward facing guns was very appealing to me because then I could technically broadside people from not a broadside. Better not be in front of me. Yeah, and the one that I heavily upgraded to have I have more speed than that. I think I have more speed when I am undetected or something. Strasbourg? I wasn't planning to. I already have why is it so much worse? Broadside without the weakness of a broadside. Exactly. The only problem is that they fire at this once because like normally you have like multiple shots, and I kind of need that sometimes because I don't know where to aim sometimes. Shout out to the G1 Autobot named Broadside who turns into an aircraft carrier. What? Stupid eye detection. Oh, kind of like. Okay, so there's a funny thing here with this game. Um, there's a ship here that's there's a Brazilian ship of the Rio de Janeiro, right? You can buy this with coal, which is a thing you can get just like a currency you can get in game, so you don't have to spend real money on it. It has a concealment of whatever, like 14.3 something, and like, but like, then there's also this this British ship. Where are you? Whoops. Called the Agincourt, which is Rio de Janeiro, but in the future, and has a concealment of 11.9 kilometers. So it's just kind of better than the other one, even though it's the same exact ship. It's the same one. It's literally the same. It's not the same class. It is the same ship. So Brazil bought a ship from England that they then sold to the Ottomans, who the British then took after World War One. So they they took back the ship they built, and for some reason the tier 5 secondary menace, which I believe the guns on this are technically better on the Rio de Janeiro, which is weird considering the fact that this is the future one. But I don't remember if it was the guns or something else. There's something about it. Maybe it was survivability. I don't remember it. I looked, but like, yeah, it objectively the Agincourt is better. Also, speaking of secondaries, I wouldn't buy it just because of, like, unless I really end up liking carrier stuff and have, what, six, 50, $55 to spend or whatever the heck this costs. But Graf Zeppelin um, has an absurd number of secondary guns. Someone showed me once that if you spec it right, you can use Graf Zeppelin, the carrier, as a battleship because there's just so many secondaries. There's 6 twin 105 millimeters and 8 twin 150 millimeters. Spotted from the moon was the concealment of 15.7. That's actually not that much more than the Rio de Janeiro. But yeah, you do have to get close for the secondaries. You have to get uh 6.3 kilometers range, which is actually pretty high, honestly. So like, spotted from the moon. Let's see what bills. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, but so most of my things are a little. I don't know what I'm doing with them. Though I did spec, I believe it was Cleveland, to like an insane AA level. Um, was it her? I'm pretty sure it was her. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I spent the cold, but this is a game. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't worry, this isn't going to be like a 2-hour stream or anything. But I am sorry making you wait. I apologize. But Cleveland, I she already has good stuff, and then I increased it further with the coal thing, so I can make her go insane. So that's gonna be fine. Oh, thank you for following me. What ship looks like from Sandy's dream? What? Oh, because of that? Yeah, okay. Okay, let me just ready myself again instead of just. I apologize. I apologize that I'm just gonna sit here. But yeah, I like talking about ships. I'm a ship. But yeah, there's this carrier. I may do stuff with the carrier. I may not, because I do really like the Pan Asia ships. They're all mostly not real, but they have deep water torpedoes, which have better concealment and really fuck people up. And I have fun with those. Very not cool when a destroyer comes up though, because then I don't know what to do with them. Oh, and because she's right here, I don't. Um, do I have to actually press the button myself, right? Because I am the leader. I'll talk about it later. But well, I guess I can talk about it. But the one ship that I am very, very sad that I missed out on is Haida, because there's the ship that is twinned with Butskowice, which that is how you pronounce that. It's Polish. Um, and basically, I'm kind of working on a thing involving ships, so I have my own thing with them, and I was very sad to find out that I kind of just missed the window to get Haida, and then she's not going to be in the game again. So it's number 30 Butskowice player in Asia. Wow. I still want Haida just for sentimental reasons, basically. I wish Grom was in here too, because, well, basically, Grom and Butskowice are interesting because basically after Poland was taken in World War II, Grom and Butskowice went and just harassed the hell out of the Germans. It's amazing. Just these two Polish ships just going around being menace. I have a bit for the sentimental value. Why? I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, hi, TVPG. I see you made it in here. Oh my god, that was amazing. I do wish you could have more people in the division than this. Um, again, we could do, if people wanted to, we could do the training thing, because you can invite people to a training thing. We can't be in the same division, but, oh, we could do like a 2v2 thing, I think. Can we? I don't know if you can set things on the other team or not. I feel like you could, but I've never tried. I don't know if you can use it like a custom, like, kind of like custom games or not. Let's see if we can use this. Hit. Oh, I think I clicked too early. Oh, I got two. Okay, that's good. I might do that then if there's more people. I don't want anybody to be like left out or anything with the whole only 3 divisions thing. Or 3 people in a division, rather. I definitely feel like I also people want to play something other than a Curie, because Curie, it feels weird. I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not. It feels weird not being a ship. I am being plain now. Nav getting beat up over there. Ah, that was a poor angle. Okay, torpedoes. Let's see if I can make these work, because I have not figured out how to make torpedoes actually do anything. Oh, I didn't. Did a good part. Fine. At least I got the fighters. Ship attacked by enemy. Whom did I get affected by? From long distance. Oh, okay, what's that? Lost nav in the process, unfortunately. Ooh, hello. Hello, other carrier. I don't think I'm going to be able to get in for this or no. Oh, the torpedoes definitely are confusing to me. Sank proudly. Oh, that's sure coming for me. That is definitely coming for me. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, yeah. I think I put it in the wrong direction. Oh, what the hell? Kind of weird. Oh my god. I do not like Russian torpedoes. What kind of weird pattern was that? Okay, thank you, whoever murdered that. Oh, uh-oh. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, there's still a thing here. Yeah, the torpedoes are... I'll wait for it to shrink. Oh, I see. That makes sense. God damn it. fly into... Oops. Okay, I'm about to fly into a rock, or swim into it. That's not gonna be good at all, but... Yeah. Well, I took that thing out at least. Oh. Risk of collision, my butt. Let's try this. Since I'm being absolutely terrible with everything else, I should go back to doing a ship. Hey, I'm not good with planing. No, okay, it's not. Well, I survived. It's not... I did something at least. I lit things on fire. That's me. I don't know if I care. These carrots are funky. You know what? I do like this ship. This ship definitely I don't know how to pronounce Latin. How it's Viribus something. Yeah, I got it literally just because it's oh yeah. Oh, oh, um, but yeah, I got it mostly because its guns are absolutely insane. Like, I kind of knew what it was going to be, but like, this is like the most accurate battleship in the universe that I've seen anyway. Um, so, hello, welcome. I'm sorry, I do not speak Spanish. The guns are really good, and the rest of the ship is... Yeah, I mean, it has a maneuverability, like, the speed is... It's just a turd in the water, but its turning radius is crazy for a battleship. Like, you can just, like, sometimes, anyway, like, dodge torpedoes in a freaking battleship, which is insane. But yeah, the TVPD, if you want us to do the training thing to, like, do, like, 2v2s or stuff, we definitely can. So just let me know if that's something you want. This one you have to play until you're up to tier 7, and if you want just Rangers going for you in your defense as a captain on a deck. Yeah, the AI defense is literally... it could be better. It's not as bad as Rio de Janeiro, though, with its none. It doesn't have AA at all. There's none. Well, yeah, there's literally only these things, which is like but yeah, the Rio de Janeiro is that's nothing, so that's fun. Gave it 10,000 more health. How much does it have? It's not terrible, but yeah, it could be better. Oh, TPG didn't get in this time. But yeah, TPG, if you want to do that, we totally can. Didn't actually expect too many people to actually play this game. Though I guess it should have been understood that, you know, if people watch me, they might be interested in ships. Possibly. I will say though, I'm definitely not probably... Ironically, I am not the best battleship player. I'm a lot better with cruisers than I am with destroyers or with battleships. Yeah, I wish they didn't have it the way they. Yeah, I wish they didn't have it so it was locked like that. It's really stupid. Don't rush in with your battleship? What do you mean? What do you mean don't rush in the battleship? But it's the big one. Um, thing is, I think I technically do that. Like I go in a little more than I should sometimes. And then I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be here, and that's a bad time. So there's 3 battleships, and they put 2 over here, and nothing over, no battleship over A. 5 tier 10 destroy. Oh my god, I have to look at what I have exactly. Aside from my like the premium things, I want to say I have more cruisers, but I don't know. I mean, I am doing the Pan Asia cruiser line, which I started doing the cruiser line when it was just destroyers because it was like, oh, deep water torpedoes, and then cruisers happened, and I was very excited. Yeah, yeah. As soon as they say battleship, people are just like, oh god, get rid of that. So yeah, get ready for my not so great gameplay. Because again, I haven't played this in a while, and I was never really the best in the first place. So yeah, deal with it. Oh, okay. I might need to turn the volume down a little bit. I did no damage to that, but that counted as a defend? Okay. Stop swerving, you little shit. 32 tens. I don't even have a 210. Because, like, thing is, I played. I probably could have a tier 10 if I actually played something that actually was on the tech tree, but I played most of the arpeggio ships, so instead I ended up, not progressing anywhere. Wow. They hit it, but too late. Yeah, a tier 10 seems scary. I don't much care for when like the few times I've done tier 8 and then end up getting a tier 10, and that's dead. And that's fine. I hate when they're at angles. Uh, just cut that a little bit. I'm sorry. Playing tier 10, more people just kind of know what they're doing. Yeah. See, I don't, so. Yeah, like it doesn't have been being very good. I just kind of do things, like. So it's, the higher tiers against people. Doing against AI would probably be okay. Okay, whoops. Just accidentally doing weird stuff with the camera. So yeah, the, yeah, even back when I played a lot, I don't think I was very good. I could look at my stats and see how bad I actually am. I'll do that later. I'll see exactly how bad I am. Turning. There's a good one. Give me. Oh hey, neat. I got something. I'm just realizing there's no music in the game. Do I have music off? Oh right, I did have music off. I turned music off because I was playing arpeggio music outside the game. There used to be a way to play music in the game, and I like that, but now that doesn't seem to be an option anymore, and it greatly upsets me. Nerd. Oh, wow, that's surprise torpedoes. Oh yeah, and speaking of the Atlanta tier, that I do very much. Oh, look, I was doing great. I do very much like that I can get a Atlanta class in the Panager tree, because like, again, those I was talking about earlier. I do very much want this because, oh my god, the Atlanta class. It has 2 less guns than Atlanta does, but still, that's a lot. It's not good. Don't care. See, like, comparatively to the other ones, it's a nerf the reload on to give it better torps. I mean, it does have. I do like the torpedoes, but yeah, I feel like mostly the reason why they nerfed the reload on it is because it's not a premium, and they want you to buy that. But the flint for gold, yeah, but I don't want no deep water torpedoes. I like deep water torpedoes. That's that is why I'm doing the Pan-Asia tree. I like the torpedoes. I don't know if they're still as effective as they used to be, but I do know that would definitely surprise people a lot. And it's also very fun to be able to use them when there's a destroyer in front of you. Your friendly destroyer is in front, and you can use deep water torpedoes and slide right under and attack the same thing they're attacking. I did that before, and then the destroyer doesn't realize they're deep water torpedoes and fucking panics. The destroyers, yeah, like it, these are definitely like run with somebody else in a destroyer. You need to be with someone in a destroyer. You use them as a line in front of you. You're behind them at an angle so you can use your deep water torpedoes through them. But like that seemed to work, but yeah, the people would usually panic because that was back when torpedoes would actually instantly murder somebody. Now they don't, which is nice though. Because it's nice to not have somebody just decide to be a dickwad and torpedo you even though they're a friend. So yeah, I don't know if we want to leave the division and do like the training room stuff. If people want to, and then we can get TVPG in there. We're gonna do 2v2s. I don't know what kind of 2v2s, who's on what team or what, but we could. Yeah, we have to leave the division for that for some reason. Get out here. Okay. Destroyer stink. Is a celebratory levy hit a year. It does feel very weird that it's been a year. So, what we're doing is I'm setting up a training battle that's private. 1v3. Who is the one in that? Who is the one there? Okay. I mean, if you want to. I don't know what... I guess we can't do that. We can only do 2v2. It doesn't let you. Unfortunately. how do I do that then? I don't actually know how to set up this stuff. So do I set it up as 2v2 and then like I've really done this map. And the stinky will stink up your water and make you uncomfortable. I don't know what maps are what actually. I don't think I've ever really like really paid attention. Oh, I don't want to make anybody drop out. Like if like, I would like the most people that can play to be able to what does chips mean? What does that mean? Oh, like so you don't know what they picked. That makes sense. Couple training room battles before I pass out. Okay, we'll do a couple more and then we can go back to divisions with the other friends. I don't know what map though. I think can we change once it's set a password? Of course. Really don't know what maps are what. I don't know if you can tell who's in that from the thing. Oh, hello, welcome, Jamie. Happy anniversary. I sadly cannot stay because I hacked up my back. Ooh, I hope that's okay. I'm going to get some rest early tonight, but I wanted to stop by and give support. There's too many streams in the future. Thank you, TV. I saw TVPG join the thing, so my brain went there. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. I really hope your back is okay. Like, what happened? But yeah, you do get rest, and I hope that gets better soon. Well, okay, yeah. I guess we'll put TVPG over there. Well, it says 1 of 2. Do I have to set it? Oh, okay, I have to go back. Okay, I got it. I gotta go back. I gotta go back. You just go in the like the training thing, and there'd be the training battles, and it should say the creator, so you'd have to find me in the list, I would imagine. So I gotta fucking do that. Go. Armor resilience test. What the fuck does that mean? Wait, in training battle. Yes, in training. Because this is a weird workaround to do custom battles. You have to do. You don't have training? It should be at the bottom. When you go to select the modes, it's at the bottom. There's training. Like, it's not in the same row as everything else. Does Nev not have that either? Because I know Nev's... Well, Nev's getting food, right. Okay, yeah. Oh, Misaki. Happy anniversary, life. I wish you the best and continue doing what you love. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, tier 5s, it shouldn't be too new, right? Weird. Okay. Guess we can't do that. Alright. That's weird. At least we can do this from here. Weird. Well... That's weird. What do you need to unlock it? That's bizarre. I remember when I started playing, the training battle was just kind of there. Alright. Okay. I guess. Uh, okay. Well, I'll just. What? Count. Count levels. What level am I? What? What do you want to try? What the hell? Am I 7? What? I don't. Oh, never mind. Okay. Well, I'm gonna invite TVPG in so you can do some TVPG can do stuff while before the you gotta go to bed. Um uh well, you did offer, but I do feel bad just kind of being like, all right, well, see it. You did offer to leave, but what is? I don't know the numbers of the time. I don't know. No, okay, okay, all right. Why am I ready? Still, I shouldn't be ready. What? For the count movements, I didn't see any restricting training rifles, which is weird. Yeah, it's strange. Unless they changed something, I definitely do not remember ever having a point where it, like, didn't let me do the training mode. Oh. Yes, yes. Is it not letting you do a thing or something? I'd used probably like once. I should use it more. Like so many ships, it seems like, but really, it's got all these Halloween ones at the end, and also a billionaire pays you. But yeah, I don't. Just trying to decide on the ship. Actually, Neff, are you rejoining or you don't know? Oh, well, that's weird. How about this? Did that work? Is it bugged out? Unlock the access level 17. Oh, what the hell access level do I have? How do you tell? What? What do you mean grab it in time? What? What is that move? What? Am I? Oh. So, 17 is just the... Is it, uh, hmm. 17 can't be the max, which probably just... Is it locking me out because I am not part of a clan? Is that what it is? Does somebody need to reset their game, perhaps? 17's the max? Okay. That's a weird one, but that's fine. Okay. What if I created a new diff? Let's see if that does something here. Let's, start this again. How's this one? Does it let you join that one? Are you just cursed now, Nap? Oh no. I think you need to restart your game, Nap. I don't know if Elite's still here. We can do one with Elite, and then while you're restarting your game or something. If we'll do one with Elite, and then we can. And then we're gonna get the Nev, hopefully. What the heck? What is that ship? I don't recognize that name. TVPT's the okay hot Nick. I know that's not the pronunciation. I didn't recognize the ship name. But it's a Russian destroyer. It's a paper ship. Much like many Russian ships. Totally paper. And the ships that Russia does have are, like, mostly Italian. Like, I'm pretty sure anyway. I know Tashkent is, I think. There's a lot of ships that are Russian that are... Maybe ships are... Highest tier real Russian ship is Tashkent? Which... Is Tashkent tier 8? Yeah, built by it. So, Tashkent is 9. Oh, okay. What was I thinking of then? That... What Tashkent was? I don't know who it is. Maybe I was thinking of that. But the one thing I do really like about the tier, well, I guess it's just the Daido class. They have a 360 rotation on all turrets, so the one in the back doesn't have to do the whole slow turnaround the other direction. Stalingrad actually get built? It's a city, I don't know. I don't remember what actually was built. There definitely was a lot of that, though. There was a lot of things got laid down, but then just not actually completed. There's a lot of that going around. I'll take out Chris Pratt over there. Yeah, I don't really am. I'll not. Well, yeah, the name of the AI is Pratt. I mean, they're all named after, like, ships mostly, I think. Maybe people in some cases. Like, but, what the hell was I talking about? Oh, right, yeah. I wouldn't say I'm good with cruisers. I would just say that I'm better with cruisers than other ships. I am not well accustomed to, destroyers, really. Like, I don't know the best ways to destroy without getting destroyed myself. Oh. PPG just wrecked that. The one thing when it destroys where it tends to sword. Yeah, I definitely find the U.S. ones the weirdest because the U.S. destroyers are meant to be escorts, and I don't know how to do that. Our destroyers are kind of like just going in. Oh, well, I am super dead. Oh, I'm very dead. Should have expected that. That was what I kind of wanted to do at the end, but well, we'll just watch what the other ones do. It'd be tricky to play if you can play destroyers well, you can play anything well. That makes sense. I do like some of the destroyers in concept. Like I'm definitely keeping. I think it's the tier 4 German one and the tier 4 Russian or the tier 3 Russian one. I don't remember. One of the Russian ones. I think it was the. It was tier 4. I don't remember. One of the Russian destroyers, like the early on ones, has like an absurd amount of torpedoes, and I like that. And then the German one has forward-facing torpedoes, which is very interesting, and only is up until tier 4, and then they stop. So there's definitely a few ships I'm going to be keeping. Tier 4, yeah. Who the hell is this music? Favorite destroyer is tier 10 Forest Sherman because it has 3 guns but a 1.5 second reload. Oh god. That does remind me of the Harakaze, which is the high school fleet collab ship, which it's a little higher tier than I'm comfortable with usually, but that does have an option for absurd reload rate as well. Also turning rate. I have to. I will have to look at that later because it is absurd with that thing. Because essentially, because yeah, Harakaze is it has cannons that the Japanese ships would not have because it's American. Because the anime is about the future, where of course they just use whatever. But yeah, here it's just like, oh, this turret that turns into absurd speed. God, could you imagine if they had a high school fleet friggin' Yamato class? Because in that universe, they have built a replica of the Yamato and other Yamato classes, and their turrets move absurdly fast. It does exist? I thought it didn't. I thought they didn't add that. Did I miss that somehow when I did the event? Oh, technically I didn't really do the event. I just kind of bought the ship. Sold for real dollars. Oh. No. I wish I wasn't a moron and didn't just completely gloss over that. Oh, the Arpeggio Yamato? Yeah, because it... Okay. Okay, yeah. I definitely don't think I... Yeah, okay, that makes sense, because I definitely didn't remember. Yeah, there's a skin, I'm sure, but the... Because, yeah, the anime was all about the Musashi, so it would make more sense for Musashi than Yamato. Yeah, because high school fleets. But it's literally just, oh, everything's crazy, and then also the Musashi is having problems. That's the spoilerless version of what happens in high school fleet. This collection, yeah, because all I did is just, so back when I had more spending money to do things with, I I did many things with my money, such as buy the graph speed because I watched High School Fleet, and then buy the High School Fleet graph speed afterwards when I realized that was a thing. So now I have two graph speeds. Um, I mean, it's probably not specifically just for a Musashi. I would imagine they would have just made it a Yamato class type thing. Because Musashi is a premium ship, right? I don't even know if it shows up in... Because, like, the weird thing about this is that, like, the premium ships thing for each nation doesn't show all the premium ships. It just shows some of them, and it's very odd, and I don't know why it does that. Okay, so... No, if Blade does not mind, I will try to get Nevin and see what happens. Got removed for sale for being blatantly open. That sounds about right. They do that with a lot of ships. They did that with Graf Zeppelin and also did it with Dunkirk, but then they came back. So that's his name. I missed out on Dunkirk, and then it came back. I was like, well, guess I'm spending whatever on this. Okay, let's see if Nev can actually join. There it goes. So yeah, where's Tarek has a. I don't think I have the crazy turrets on right now. These are the ones that are. I think these are the higher reload speed ones. This has a reload speed of 3 seconds. Okay, let me check. The other one, reload speed of 4 seconds. So it is slightly, but like this one has a turn times and this has a 180 turn time of 4.6. So these turrets, even though there's you kind of reduce the number of guns you have, but the turning speed of these things is absurd. It's absolutely insane. Like, it only takes you 4 seconds to just turn around and face the other direction. And I don't know if the other ships of that tier do that or not, but I don't feel like I saw that when I looked at them. Like the cargo class. Can even equipment. That's a 26 seconds. So yeah, you have a turning speed of 26 seconds, or 4 point. So yeah, that's a little absurd. So yeah, I think Nev said she has higher tiers than. I don't know. You said you had like a 9 or something, but then I don't have anything like that. But I don't know if you have higher than 5 or what you want to do. I'll do whatever people want to do because, I mean, I like doing chip stuff. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. Unless it's a carrier. No, I don't. That's a little. Really not sure how I feel about that carrier. Single 9, a couple higher than 5. Mostly it's all 5. I mean, I have mostly around 5, aside from like some premium things that are like 7 and 8. Because these are 7s, and then the 8. Cleveland is certainly crazy for sure. Oh. So many cannons happen with you. And that's not even like the one with the most cannons. Chirp hits it. That's 7, 8. Yeah, I can. What do you mean? Wait, I don't know enough about the Russian tech tree. So it was it on the train and now it's not, and it's premium now? Is that what happened? Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Hmm, weird. That's strange. Yeah, so like, oh, okay. It was, yeah, it's a tier 3 destroyer I'm definitely keeping, but I don't, I don't like the others. Because like the tier 3 one, um, tier 3 is a little low in the tier things, but my god, it's got 10 torpedo tiers. They have like a pitiful range, but the fact that you can be pretty selective with them makes it really fun to use that one. So I'm definitely keeping that one around. Which, also, speaking of, and yes, I'm sure people have noticed the fact that all my commanders are animated. Uh, but the commander for this ship is from the tier 2 destroyer that I was like, I don't. What was I gonna say anything? I mean, yeah, because I like making things animated. So just sue me. I'm anime. Um, but yeah, wow, the other thing I was gonna say popped out of my head. Neat. Like that. I never would have. Just remind me of the one of like the first things I ever saw of somebody using like a live 2D model was weirdly enough not like somebody doesn't like a designated VTuber. It was just some streamer using face rig and they're using like anime stuff. Somebody called them a weeb in chat and they were just like I'm not a weeb. Look at me in the eyes and tell me that I'm a weeb. Like, ugh. I don't remember who that person was anymore now. But yeah, I don't know, like I never knew about this particular ship until War of the Warships, but for some reason I just kept wanting. Eventually got it, and I do like it, even though I don't really use battleships all that often. Um, yeah, I have probably a ton of time with Cleveland, though I don't have the experience on it. Though it might have went away because of it moving up in tier. That emoji. One thing that just the fact that I have Texas and New York is like because I'm also trying to get through the U.S. battleship tree because I want Montana. Um, but like now having to go through New York when I have Texas. um, this is also I did not realize until probably a month ago actually. I For some reason I didn't know about the fate of the New York. So anyone who doesn't know, um, it got nuked. It was one of the ones with the testing. It got nuked along with a bunch of other ones, uh, from both ones taken from Germany and from Japan, and they got tested on. And I want to say New York got the kind of the brunt of it. I don't remember for sure. Like I think it just straight up sunk, but I don't remember. I know Prince Eugen was one that actually survived, and they were gonna do repairs, and then they were just kind of uh, just on board a heavily contaminated ship. And you can guess that everyone that was doing that are all dead now. Well, yeah, I mean, it was, for those that don't know history or whatever, I'm gonna just find that. Let's see if I can find that picture. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Uh-huh. Stories, of course. No, I mean earlier than they would have been. Ah. Okay. Oops. So yeah, they so gone. I sunk. That's fine. Um. So yeah, this is after all the nuclear testing, and they're on the deck of Prince Eugen, trying to clean off the radioactive contamination, and they're just kind of here. Well, one guy not even wearing a shirt in the back. As you can imagine, not great for your health. So yeah, that didn't end well for any of them. Because I didn't really know how radiation worked back then, and just thought, oh. Also, I love how now when you Google Prince Eugen, you just get the actual. But yeah, has anyone decided on the thing that no one has decided yet? Okay. Unless they're waiting for me to decide first, which I already said I wasn't. God damn it. I literally said, I'll do what anyone else wants to do, and then I waited. Okay. So do they both have something around this tier? Because I if there's anything that's good. Well, what? God damn it. I'm doing those things. If anybody got the things closed, got something around that here? Okay. TVG has stuff that, but I see. You also have boots. Okay. Didn't I have something else? That was your. Oh my god. Okay, the chat's in the. That did. They're all boots. Okay. Oh, the counter will just. Yeah, I got something around that. The top 30 booted player in Asia. That would be nice. It would also be nice if you could have more than 3 people in the thing. But yeah, also it'd be nice if people could just play it together. I don't know why they have it. What the heck is FR25? It's Italian. I don't remember seeing. Is that a premium? It's premium. That's why I haven't seen. Oh, that was much fun. Is that why it's called FR? Whatever. It's a captured French destroyer. It's a weird, wacky boat. Speaking of weird, wacky boats, oh, what was the name of it? Also, It was also Italian. There's a battleship that just has like well, actually they have that with a lot of battleships. The Italians loved having not the same number of cannons per turret, so it was like as like 2 and then 3 and Italians had a very interesting navy. Okay, time for me to probably suck in this destroyer because I am not very good at destroyers. I kind of I'll kill something and then I'll blow up. Unless I had blow up first, in which case I did nothing. It's a fun time. It's kind of how co-op works. Blow up something and die. Yeah, but yeah, she is very zippy. That is one thing for certain. It's very fast and maneuverable. Oh. Oh, hello. Not where you are anymore. This is scary. Give me one. I'm gonna get hit by one of them. Ow. Ow. Very ow. Okay, I'm alive. So there's that. Okay. Okay, well, Nev got obliterated in an instant. Co-op and we're doing co-op currently. Well, welcome, by the way. But definitely can do things. You definitely can do with real people if people want to, but people do kind of rip me a tread, so there's that. Ooh, okay, you're dead. Alright, well, I'm gonna do this. What the hell? Okay, neat. Should probably pay attention to other things around me. Oh, I see we're all dead. We have all perished. Neat, okay. Well, guess we'll do something else. Alright. Oh, it's always fun just blowing up like that. I'm gonna do this because I do want to try to get more experience with this. Yeah, I do really like the title class just because the fact that there's so many guns and oh, you're done for now? Okay. Well, I don't know if anyone else is still. I don't know, Elite wants coming back in again, or if Tomiko. I don't know if you play. You are a ship too, so one would assume. Sorry, is there? Oh, that battle ended, I guess. Ooh, containers. Oh, I forgot to have like a billion containers I haven't opened yet. Okay, I like the container. Give me the coal, because I want to get things later with coal. Should I open them one at a time and see if anything was new? Oh, well, TVG is done for now, I suppose. I don't know if you're going to bed directly or not, TVG, but yes, thank you for joining. Nice. It's also nice to get that surprise if you're just kind of showing up in that one game. What the heck is... Oh, okay. Let's see if we get anything cool here. I assumed not, because they're all just kind of regular containers. As far as I'm aware, that's just going to be giving me a bunch of coal. I could open them all at once, but that's less fun, right? Just more coal. Just a bunch of coal. And this thing, which automatically opened on its own. Thank you for the money, I guess. And tiny box. Ah, the tiny box. The tiny box had the most coal out of any. What? Why did the tiny coal? Tiny. What? Why does that? Why did that kill me? No question. Tiny box had more coal than any of the ones that are specifically coal boxes. Oh, that's neat. Okay, I've got things that I need to make shut up. I like using the 3-year thing just because it's a gun, even though I have the 6-year one. You are back? Okay. Invited. There we go. I do really like this one. I do just kind of like I know classes just in general, just on principle of how do I say? Listen, you know what an underline is, you'll figure it out. Completely, definitely unrelated, unrelated thing. Why don't they have Sirius in this game, by the way? They only have Sirius in the Warships Blitz or whatever, the mobile one. Who cares? I know. Well, at least it's not quite as bad as the one to the left of you. That one's absurd. But yeah, let's see that these guns are amazing on this one because you're facing this way. Oh, they just turned the short direction instead of all the way around the long way, which is absolutely amazing. I'm sure there's more ships that do that, but this is the first one in that I think I have. Maybe Cleveland does? I don't remember. Either way, just having it turn that much faster is very nice. Also, no, go away. Just, no. Yes, die. You just left. Oh, press the turn now. Yeah, I definitely have learned that the AI carriers cheat, like, a lot. Like, one, they can have multiple squadrons out at a time. Two, the squadrons sometimes duplicate themselves, and one will attack a different direction than the other one, and then fly off into space. It's neat. It's great when the AI just kind of cheats like that. I'm not going as fast as I thought you were going. Oh, my encoding is overloaded. That's an unusual thing for me to get. Nope. Oh, I skipped over it. This time, thank you. Oh, okay. Okay, well, I just am fucked. I should have slowed down much earlier than that. I don't know why I didn't. See, this is what I mean. I'm not very good at playing ship games. Like, I know I'm a ship. That doesn't mean that I'm good with the game. They're different. Oh, that's dark one. Let's see. Let's see. Nephos also joined me in the underwater. It's now up to elite. Being the elite once again. Why is my encoding overloading? Why are you overloading? What's going on? Why is it being stressed out so much? It shouldn't be. What's happening? Well, we've all perished. Any other? Well, there is one actual person still in the match. Where are they? Ah, they're the carrier. Okay, that makes sense. Well, hopefully they can do something. Oh. Yeah. We all sink. We're gone. We're dead. Unfortunate. Well. Let's I can mess with here. Well, all these are doing common. In principle, I like battleships, but I'm not good with them. Yeah, I have a surprisingly low number of. I know. In my I have many things in my. How did I see just like the reserves in general? I have so many things in the reserve. Which somehow I got two years, and I don't know how that happened. 80k damage overall cargo clones. I definitely have gotten pretty high damage in something, but I don't. No, get out of here. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna. Is it in profile? Summary? Yeah, you can see how bad I am. How do I check for specific things? Random. Okay, I just click on it. So like, co-op. You know, I've I usually have an average of killing 3 things before I die. 94% victories, but yeah, you go back to the rank thing. Less than half, and I usually, like, I kill 1 person out of every 2 matches. Not exactly the best. But let's see. Does it have a top damage? There's a potential damage. Oh, that's not the same. Oh, I did the most damage ever with tier 6 Cleveland with 100,000. But, well, okay, that's not the most. That's the most upon my spotting. The most ever was, I guess, and was in here. Oh, interesting. That definitely tracks. But yeah, I don't know why I have 2 EAs as like the commander. I think maybe because they have, when they did the rerun of the event, it gave me another one. That's very strange. But yeah, there's definitely a few something old ones in here. Like Langley, old. Yeah. Back when carriers were different. Did I play Warships in... Okay, I did play more in co-op than anything else. Because there was a few ones I only played co-op with. Like, submarines, yeah, I didn't go up against people. I played a few submarines that they gave me as like a rental thing. I don't think I played those versus people. Because, submarines are weird. No one likes submarines. And, like, they're kind of fun to play, but also kind of more frustrating than anything. And then fighting them is obnoxious because unless you have like something at range, you have to be like on top of the submarine, which the submarine is not usually gonna let you do. Most people find they just change the game demands too much. Kind of, but there can only be a couple, right? There can only be 2, I think, and usually only 1 shows up anyway. That might change in the future though, but yeah, they're just strange. Can I have an overall thing for that? Apparently not, because I definitely have played a different number of nations from random to the co-op. This one is battle like 1 carrier, 4 destroyers, and 2 subs. There's like no surface ships. Yeah. Yeah, that can be... I do hate when it's like heavily destroyer focused. I do hate that. Total damage caused the ships 15... Wow, that's interesting. Counts that. So like the most ships that I did with the random ones were US ships, which I want to say a lot of that was Cleveland because at the time Cleveland, when the Arpeggio event was happening, I only had Cleveland at a tier 5 or above. So I just had to keep playing Cleveland to do the event missions over and over and over and over again. And apparently something else. But I guess this... No, I guess probably most of that. These probably just caught up with the other ones. Or I was doing co-op. I don't know. There's a lot tier 5 in this one. But there's definitely more battles against people. 791 versus 274. But yeah, anyway. Back to this. Anyone decide things are doing does. Okay. Doing... Sure. 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 Well, I forgot that those got reset when submarines happened. You fuck it, it's just an AI. Who cares? No, I didn't get forcibly reset. I think I reset it. I reset a bunch of them because I was kind of changed stuff, but then I didn't. I'm not very good with the skill. I'm just like, that seems neat. Pick that. I do really appreciate the one game where I was in one of these RPG ships, and there was like someone on the team in the same one. Like I think it was actually in Haruna, and there was another one. There's oh my god, why are there so many Omaha class? Because Marblehead's also an Omaha class. What's going on? Holy crap, okay, people really like their Omahas. Wow, that's... Battleship's always a little bit funky. And it's comfy vibes in non-combat. Yeah, yeah, just sailing, just doing stuff. You hear the soft foghorn noises from in the distance. And then combat happens and everything goes to shit. I forget, does change only soft harbor and the gentle lapping of the waves in the hull, the quiet hum of the engines? Yeah. Unless you're in one of those Russian destroyers, because those engines are loud. Oh, I don't know how you turn it. Wait, just rewind myself this way. Well, did nothing. Oh, gotta love the slow turn of battleship guns. Just, Make it. Yeah, I got one of them at least. Rotative master. Oh my god, the guns are only just now coming around the halfway point. Come on, can I just turn? Just turn into. Just turn into it. Well, the guns are ready now. I reloaded faster than I expected. Fucking die. Hot tip, at this tier, the AP of Congo clones will just overmatch. So like, don't use them, or I don't know if you mean over. Oh, it doesn't. So it's good to use them? Okay. Which freaking rock? Oh, they're turning. It's gonna die. Or not. All of the missed. So this way, Yamato is OP in this game. The bow and stern of the tensions are incapable of stopping a shell, so the enemy ship's angling doesn't matter. Wow, okay. Well, it'd be nice if any of them could actually hit the target. There is one. To be fair, I don't often. Okay. A little sneaky bitch. I do not often use AP because I'm usually pretty bad at hitting the right places, so I don't use it, but every now and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna try it, and then I citadel something, and it's like, oh, I did something. I think that's Yamato's in tier 10 battleships, and Yamato just goes, oh, nope, and does. What the fuck? Use this and see over them. Cruiser traded torpedoes. Oh, yeah, that's always. Oh, the other one's already dead. Well, I'm too far away to do anything. So that's neat. Funsies. Hmm. Pew. Take that, non-existent submarine. It's not an airstrike. It's just a typo, correct? Yeah, it's a depth charge, but in a plane. Yeah, you can fight subs and not have to get near them. Just so not that great at battleships. Unless I am, then sometimes I do amazing in them, and then I just oh, it's right. Yeah, the destroyers and the some cruisers that have them, it's just you have to be over top of them, and it's just not fun. I forget, does Cleveland have one of those planes? Yes, okay. Though I feel like there was a cruiser that has just regular depth charges, but I could be wrong. Yeah. Oh, hydrate. Oh, I flopped hydrating. Oh my god. Yes. German 10-tier cruiser Hindenburg gets depth charges, which is really annoying. Oh, God. Doing that in tier 10. Ugh. But, I don't know how long exactly I'm gonna go for, but probably at least 3 hours. So we got another hour, especially given the fact that the beginning of the stream was a lot of talking, and I didn't actually, do anything. Let's see, what? Good, tier 5. Let's... Got one more in you? Okay. I don't want... Oh, you know what? Yeah, maybe now I'm not the best with the battleships. That's whatever. Yeah, I know they don't have... Is that the one? Is that the one? Is that the name? I think that's the name I was thinking of, but I think all of the Italian ships are weird. Like yeah, there's 3 and there's 2. But like, yeah, that one Nev has, I think, is the one that's really strange. Because there's like this one in the middle. Yeah, I'm gonna go on with those guys. I'm not gonna pick those right now. I was going against people, I definitely would, because 13 guns across 5 turrets. See? They're weird. A weird number. Baby. Is that like one of the I'm going to keep this even after I get to the next tier kind of ship? To be fair, that I feel that's kind of the case with like a lot of tier 5s. Like a lot of tier 5s are like, oh, I'm gonna keep this. We'll see how well I do in this thing, because I've only used it once, and I don't have any skills because yeah. Also, I really do like the high school fleet Harakaze voice pack thing, because unlike anything else, there's actually multiple people talking, as like a crew would have multiple people. So I like the fact that you can actually hear, like, I don't know how many people actually have the voices, but there's at least 3. Whereas any other ones, it's always the like one person, which makes sense because all the Alprasia ones are just a ship. They don't have crew except for Iona, but she's not here. I wonder if they'll ever do a rerun of that event now that submarines are a thing, because they definitely had designed her, but they didn't have submarines in the game yet, so they never actually implemented her. I wonder if they'll do that now that there's submarines like officially in the game and not in a weird way. Oh. Juno Cesar has high explosives. Didn't expect that. There's mostly Italian stuff. Does that? Are the Italian battleships like that too, or is that just cruisers? But like a lot of the Italian things have semi armor piercing instead. Oh, okay. Oh. Everything's dying, and what the hell just happened there? So cursing these boats and recognizing Ash relay names. I don't know if I'd call it cursed. I mean, it just adds to the experience. Ships rocking. Oh, it's gone. Let me do a thing. Okay, no fires. See if I can do anything with armor piercing since they're now kind of showing themselves to me. I never remember where citadels are in them. I want to say they're like there-ish. But as a cruise marine, those reload times are getting me. Yeah, the reload times are a little oof on battleships. There's a good hit. That didn't even go there. The 2 of them just flew over it. Damn it. I'm going to needlessly shoot at you with one of these. Actually, this is a perfect way to show the angle of it. Holy crap. Goodbye. I'll look at this first. Can I manage you? I'm still hitting it. Yeah, oh God, I can't remember their names. High school fleet character names are hard because there's so many characters, and they all have like 3 names. Some of them refer to them as by their first name. Some of them refer to them by their or the family name. And then some of them refer to them by a nickname. So you have to figure out which, like, so like a different character will call the same character a different name, and there's like, it's about a destroyer, so it's got a crew of a destroyer would have amount of characters. I've not been shooting because I was talking. Level off. Come in. Oh, the dispersion. The dispersion. Oh, well, okay. Didn't even get to the carrier, but it doesn't matter. Oh, that was a lot better than I normally do. Hey, number 2. Just below elite. I got him. Oh. Oh, elite got yeah, you got number 1 in your last match. How's that? Oh, I completed it something. Oh, he's stealing my 1 kill I could have had. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I was just shooting stuff. The yeah, I don't know anybody else is here that would like to fill in the space, but we do have 1 space now available for anyone that can. I wish we could get Roosevelt in here, but server stuff. What? I know I keep mentioning it, but why is it not just like MechWarrior Online where you can just pick the servers that you want to be able to be matched with? So you don't have to do the other servers, but you could if you wanted to. That would be nice. That would be real cool if it would let you do that. Alright, give this a try again. I got a grand total of 417 chip XP on it. So that play MechWarrior? Yes, you do. One thing, it's accessibility. Yeah. There's even like a thing in the game, like if you're like hard of hearing, you can set it to say that, but you actually have. But though it's a little weird with that. Ironically, that accessibility thing is not that accessible. Yeah, MechWarrior 9. Yes. Finally, accessibility. Well. Until anyone else wants to, yeah, I You know, I mean, I do think Tommy would like it, because I mean, he does like his mechs. But they're different mechs. They're the slower, less transformative kind. Hmm. Well, I'm okay with quote unquote real robots. Micro 5 I do not have, and installed but never played. Oh well, I have to change that at some point. Um, okay, before we continue anymore, I will be right back real quick, but uh, I think, well, I don't know how long I want to go or not. I think I'm fine with going longer if people are fine with it. Get a whole company started. That would be nice. That would be nice to have like a company or whatever. Or what are they? Are they called companies? What are units? Units. It's fun playing it. Oh, yeah, I'm glad you had fun dealing with me. Thinking. Oh, I will be. I'll be right back, but I'll definitely be down for much longer streaming than normal. I've returned. Also, another thing too. Um, we don't have to keep playing the same game the entire stream either. So we could, if people wanted to, switch to, I don't know, like word line or anything. Thank you both. Um, because after all, I did make MechWarrior Online my first stream. That is a thing that I did. But um, let me. Well, Mev is yeah. I mean, minutely made dip because getting a little late, but I'm glad I get to hang out. Okay, well that is fine if you have to. I understand. It is a weekday. Um, but I do I do appreciate you stopping by for as long as you have. Stay for a little longer. Okay. We might switch. I don't know. We'll see. Because if more people can play something else, that would be good to do. Um, but yeah, what was I gonna? I was gonna show something with the tech tree. Oh, one thing I really love about the tech tree. So look at all these countries, right? And then the Pan Asia, Europe, and then there's Commonwealth, which there's more ships that are in the Commonwealth thing that are all also premium ships, but just Perth shows up. Just one little lonely ship. That's all that's here. Like, why do they have the tab? Why do they have a tab just for one thing to show? All these other things got all it's like all these trees with all these ships and all of them. There's admittedly a little less in the Europe and Netherlands ones. Like Pan Asia only just kind of recently got this one. Europe's just a Europe, by the way. Sorry, what the hell here? Europe has the tier 1 is a Polish ship, the tier 2 is an Austrian ship, and then everything else is Swedish. Why is it why didn't they just give Sweden its own tree? Why is it it's Polish, Austrian, and then Swedish, 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 and then this is Greek, I think. Commonwealth ships are all English. I mean, yeah, but it doesn't have a tree. It's just kind of yeah. The Commonwealth, like, it's understandable because it's the Commonwealth. At the time, it didn't really make their own ships. Europe, on the other hand, it's no tree. It's just this. Netherlands ships. What was the weird thing about the Netherlands ships that was very interesting? I can't remember their gimmick. Oh, they have freaking airstrike. They get freaking airstrike. Yeah, they just get freaking high explosive bomb airstrikes. Yeah, and then this one I'm definitely keeping because it's got torpedoes in the front, which is very fun. Because I mean it's just two, but you can shoot something without needing to expose your entire body to them. Also, another fun thing about this one. So this, I think was it this one or was it the other one? The jousting door. Yeah, it was the V25. So the V25 was actually because of there's a ship that China had ordered from Germany that they wanted this design, and then it didn't really pan out because World War One happened. But then they just kind of were like, "Hey, we're building a ship. Why don't we just keep it?" So China never got it because World War One happened. Sherman Armory. Okay. I assume it's okay. And it's a tier 10. Wow, okay. Oh. I hate sometimes the camera just decides to lock and you can't really like move on your own. Okay. Oh, okay. They're like I'm sorry, do they not move? Are they just there? Alright, welcome back, Nev. Are these just immobile? Okay. I guess that's kind of similar to the. Oh, thank you, Nev. It's kind of similar to the. I don't know if there's a regular battleships, but the British battle cruisers, at least some of them, I think it starts at Renown. They've got like sneaky torpedo troops. Oh yeah, like they're there. There's the torpedoes, but like there's ones that have like straight up just like underwater tubes. I don't remember which ones they were though. Which ones move themselves like. That's nice. Can you aim this one though? Because that one doesn't seem very aimable. Because they're just kind of gotta rotate the whole ship. Oh, it's fun, super fun. That one definitely is jousting. You can definitely move the ones, or the German ones, but Peter goes in the water then turns. Oh, well, I guess that's the thing they can do. What one was it that had? No, it's not any of these. Okay, so it was all battle cruisers. And was it these ones that have like it under the water level? I think so. But in order to do this, I need to go to a different I need to go to a different port. Yeah, there. I think that's it. Down there. Yeah, just a little secret underwater tube. The music and yeah. It's interesting seeing the underwater level layer of things because like this is very green under this one. Super duper green. Yeah. Let's, I'm. Now, do you want to do like one more thing, but against actually people, and then we can move on to like MechWar Online or something? Since that was the first thing that I streamed, and then Xander actually plays that one. Okay. I'm going to not pick something very high tier, in because I feel like bad things will happen. I don't know what you want to go with, but I feel like 4 is the highest I want to go against real people because I'm going to get my ass handed to me, especially if I go any higher than that. Thank you. You know what? This tier is fun. The tier 3. So I might do that. I also have the destroyer, but I'll give that a thing. Also, ouch. There she is. Eventually, I'll work myself back up to doing battles against real people that I'm actually doing something. But now it's gonna take a while because I think I don't remember when I stopped playing mostly. It was definitely a while ago. Not even sure why I dropped off playing the game because I played it a ton and then I suddenly didn't. I hope I get there. I don't know why it seems so much more daunting in this game fighting actual people than like in any other game. Except for Battle Royales. Battle Royales also are terrifying. Stop playing with my launcher yeeted itself? I'm sorry, what? What do you mean by yeeted itself? What happened? Oh, that was one thing that is nice about doing co-op is that you don't have to wait in the queue. You will wait in the queue for a long time in a lot of cases, unless you're fighting where like the real high tiers, and then everyone's kind of doing that. It was being a stinky when I tried to install an update, and then after that I got that story, I didn't remember my login info anymore. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. That was weird. You, you have a lot of problems when you update things if it's just not cooperating. What is going on? Tier 8 German cruiser? Oh. So you never got the wait, so you never got the account back? Oh god. Yeah, don't well, at least there's that maybe. I do know there's a few things I can't access ever. Yes, you are. Indeed, you are, Dutch. There's a few things that I'm locked out of permanently because I used to, a long time ago, use a Yahoo email, and so apparently Yahoo, if you don't use your account for a while, they just delete it and give it to somebody else. So that's neat. So I literally can't get into my email for those few things. So I am actually permanently locked out of my old My Anime. Not that that's a big deal, but so there's a security breach or something that they had, and they reset everybody's passwords, and they had it so you could only get back in by using your email, the email that I didn't have access to. So what I have to do is I have to search up my old profile and like get everything I like listed that I watched off of there and put it onto something else. It's not like terrible, but I have watched an absurd number of anime, most of which I don't remember anymore. Because that's fun. To be fair, a lot of the anime I watched while I had the flu, so it probably wasn't the best idea to binge anime when I couldn't process anything. The only thing I remember from from Cowboy Bebop is the episode where Ed goes and gets them mushrooms, and then they're all fucking high off their ass. Because I guess that resonated with my sick, can't process anything brain. Oh, did you not know that was a part of it? Yeah, there was a whole episode where they all high on shrooms. Because one went out to go get oh, went out to say the name. Yep. So they went to get out to go get a bunch of mushrooms, like the kind you would eat, you know, for sustenance. But Ed didn't know what they were looking for, and brought back a bunch of psychedelic mushrooms instead. Like it's almost saved me. Please give me my ability to turn back. I just realized I am literally alone here. This is not good. A seal clover? Oh. Ow. Look. That's not pricing. Oh my god, she out. Oh, we are not doing so good. We're already lost 4. Not the best situation. That's why I'm alone, because everyone else died. This is not the lost 5. Oh, well, it's 5 now. It wasn't when I said that. It's not really the real threat here, but still. Oh, that's coming right for me. Okay. I have noticed also people are a lot more accurate with their guns than I am. I am not. But that's not how I felt like I aimed, but oh well. That's going to murder me. It's coming. Please be going. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Oh, that's unfair. Good. Okay, well, I'm going to die from fire, or that. Or that. That could happen. Oh, it's going swimmingly. 23,000, it's okay. Almost 24,000. That's alright. Okay, yeah. But, okay. Yeah, okay. Let's, hopefully, hopefully, the way I have things right now isn't gonna lag my computer out with Micro Online, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll go to that. I'm sure Xander's itching for that to happen, aren't you? Working in... I might change things real quick, which would require me ending the stream, which is actually probably perfect, because then I can just transition over to MechWarrior Online with a new stream. So I'm probably going to do that, because I currently have the resolution real funky right now, because... What's the thing? What's the thing in OBS? I have it at an aspect ratio of 64 by 35. I should go. But wow, cool robot goes well. Oh, thank you, Tommy. I hope you have a good night, and thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I basically had to cut out part of the resolution so it wouldn't show my taskbar, but I wouldn't have to like reduce the size of the game. It was very weird. So I'm gonna restart with a more normal resolution.